Well, hello everybody and welcome back to my Let's Play the game known as SpellForce 3, episode 23. SpellForce 3 Reinforced Edition, technically Soul Harvest being run through Reinforced Edition. Basically, Soul Harvest standalone expansion.
Yes.
SpellForce 3 Soul Harvest and IVATOPIA, episode 23, and we're about to report to the Queen.
I see. I had hoped for a different outcome. But you once again made the best out of a hopeless situation. Which is why it is time to make this official.
You mean?
Yes, General Arev. You proved yourself worthy. I hereby pronounce you General of the Wolf Guard.
Thank you.
I trust you will lead your soldiers as well as you have done before.
General of the Wolf Guard.
A lot depends on it.
To point you, I'll do my best, whatever is necessary.
Thank you, Your Majesty. I will do my best.
Good. Now, back to the task at hand. Thanks to the Wolfguard's efforts, we now know that there is a dangerous political movement in Windholm, led by a dwarven priest named Arrakis. Furthermore, the soul vanishing Skadar observed is real, and it's a group of rogue dark elves, led by a masked woman, who are responsible for it. And there are hints that it's connected to the God of Light. This means that there are 3 questions we need to find answers to. 1. Who are those sleepers? 2. Who or what exactly is the God of Light, and how does it plan to enter our world? We hardly know anything about it. And 3. How do we deal with High Hierophant Arrakis and his movement? The last thing we need when facing an ancient god is an empire of crazed dwarves.
Definitely. Definitely. How do we stop Arrakis? So greens, that should be to ask, and then this will probably be a choice. Thursday.
Your Majesty, regarding Tahar...
I know. You think those sleepers behind the Soul Harvest are responsible for his death?
It's very likely. Tahar was examining the disappearance of a village when the ambush happened. And, judging by a conversation I had with the mortician, the wounds match the swords of a sleeper.
So it wasn't X-Purity after all?
Probably not.
Well, we shall know for sure once we identify the sleepers and bring them to justice. Another reason to see this through.
Absolutely.
So you want to make all this our responsibility?
So, you want to make all these questions Nortandra's responsibility?
What other choice do we have? Do not misunderstand, General Arev. I, too, would rather focus my efforts on rebuilding the country. But both the matter in Windholm and these masked dark elves pose a threat to our empire. And I will not stand by and hope someone else will take care of this for us.
Okay, that's fair enough. Shouldn't the Royal Army take over now that we know what we're up against?
Shouldn't the Royal Army take over now that we know what we're up against?
On the contrary, the Wolfguard is best suited for any of these missions.
Yeah?
How so?
Yeah, thank you.
Because I want to see these matters dealt with as swiftly as possible. Mobilizing the Royal Army would mean a lot of discussions with the other noble houses, for which we lack the time, and I lack the patience.
Fair point. Where should we start looking for clues regarding the rogue sleepers? Where can we find information to go lie? How do we stop it? Okay, we'll go with that. We might be able to ask all, maybe, hopefully.
And how do we stop Arrakis without starting a war?
With the help of someone who is on her way to Greykeep as we speak. We will confer once she is here.
Okay.
Someone?
You shall see.
Wow, big mystery. Did she walk through the door? Da da da! It's me! Who are you? Where can we find information to go lie?
Fair enough. Any ideas where we can find information on the God of Light?
Remember when I told you that I've been following a lead?
Mm-hmm.
Turned out this one wasn't a dead end.
Nice.
We already knew that many religions mentioned the God of Light, albeit under different names. There's one in particular, though, that sparked our interest. The Alyani.
The
what?
tribe indigenous to the Howling
Alyani?
Steppes? How can they help us?
Well, unlike other religions, their entire faith revolves around the God of Light.
Okay.
It plays a pivotal role in their culture.
So you want to travel there and find out if they know anything worthwhile, correct?
I think it's worth a try.
Okay.
Agreed. General Arev, you will travel to the Howling Steppes with a division of your best
that's where the Reavers
soldiers
are.
and find us some answers.
Understood.
So he didn't know where it was before, so when I left to deal with the Reavers, I was supposed to talk to her, who would give me a location Of where the Reavers were. Where should we start looking for clues regarding the Rogue Sleepers?
Where should we start looking for clues regarding the Rogue Sleepers?
Well, the first step should be to contact Exalted Father's ambassadors and...
No.
Excuse me?
Dark Elven governance is... complicated. Even if we were to send an emissary right now, it would take us moons to even get an answer.
Then what do you suggest?
We reach out to a contact of mine, the leader of the Black Company. He knows all the dark corners of the Dark Elven realm, and I'm sure he can dig up some information on those rogue sleepers as well. With your permission, I'll send a messenger and arrange a meeting in Calabrok.
You have it.
Well,
General Aref, you will accompany Skadar and see if this mercenary
got
lord
two locations
has
to go to
anything
now,
worthwhile
yes.
to say. It appears that we have a plan. The quicker we follow up on these matters, the better our chances of stopping the rock slide before it crashes down the slope. Good luck.
that's my father.
And thank you for all your service. You have done well.
Thank you. Bye. Have a wonderful day, Queenie. Yep, just go.
Tell me this is a joke, Ambassador. Tell me this is a bloody joke.
I'm afraid not, Commander.
It's about. Let's receive Son of Fire.
Out of the way.
Work out what's going on here.
I've served the crown for 30
Okay.
years. 30
Okay.
years.
Point
And
is-
now she discards me like an old pair of boots.
The caravan's safety was your responsibility. And by walking off with that recruit, you endangered all of us. I'm sorry. You were only 2 years from your retirement either
To
way.
you.
And the incident will not impact your pension. The Crown will not let you...
Go to hell.
General, is there anything I can help you with?
Well, 1 minute, we're looking at a lot of things right now, it seems. Look at the catapult. Champion. Give us a minute, we'll look at these. Champions. Keeper. Oh my god, medic. Feels cool. Mentalist. Mesmerizer unlocked, must be an upgrade for him. Oh, done. Oh, another thing. I should talk to Her Majesty. Oh, I can talk to the Majesty now. The Dwarf ally arrived yet? What was that about your argument with Commander Rowett?
What was that about? Your argument with Commander Reinhardt?
The Queen demoted him for his failure on the Golden Road. She basically sent him into early retirement.
Wow. Well, I said it affect his pension enough until he gets money sooner.
That's appropriate. His behavior endangered the entire division.
I agree. Sauntering about the forest with that recruit, he was careless.
How did you become an ambassador of the realm?
What's your story? How did you become ambassador of the realm?
Oh, well, it's not an exciting story if that's what you were hoping for. I'm the son of Jaros de Bros.
The De Breos? The mayor of Greyfell?
Oh.
Yes, my path was pretty much paved the moment my parents found out that I was gifted. A royal mage took me under his
You can see
wing,
it a bit
and
more
I joined the university when
third
I was
person.
only 15 years old, where I studied the 5 languages, history, diplomacy, and magic. Since I wasn't an exceptional mage, but performed quite well in other disciplines, my father suggested that I pursue a career in politics, as he had done. That I did, and here I am, 13 years later, and ambassador of the Queen.
Wow. Quite impressive, what can I say? Oh, well, she said that, so that's probably what I'll go with. Seem too proud. All 5 languages.
You speak all of the 5 languages?
More or less, yes, though my Elven and Empyrean have gotten a little rusty.
I do want to say that's impressive, but at the same time, he doesn't seem very proud, so I guess I'll go with that.
I might be wrong, but you don't seem too happy about your achievement.
What? No, of course I am. What about you? How did you join the military?
Born to a military family, I worked my way up. Just happened. There's a backstory for him. Because in real life, I'm not joined the military, so I guess it just happened then?
Well, I know that sounds odd, but it really just happened. I joined the military for the lack of a better option, performed well, and got promoted.
Huh, fascinating. Either way, is there anything else I can assist you with?
What are your thoughts on all this?
What are your thoughts on all this? The dwarves?
I wish I knew. Truth be told, in my experience, it's best if you don't think about these matters too much. Their causes, their implications. Instead, you should focus on what you can do about it. This is how I approach most aspects of life. Act, don't brood. Also, I fully trust Her Majesty, and since she has put her faith in you, I do the same.
I'm flattered.
Thank you. Dwarf ally arrived yet? Feels like you can ask that too, so we'll go with this first.
Has our dwarven ally arrived yet?
Not yet, but we have received word that she passed the gates of Kings 2 days ago. In other words, she will arrive soon. If you'd be willing to wait, I could arrange a conclave right after she arrives.
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright, I'll wait.
Good.
Oh, it's happening now. Okay. I wanted to do the Queen first. Okay. I guess I could technically insult the Queen.
Your Majesty?
Rhaera Hellstone, rise.
Your Majesty, it's an honor. I'll keep it brief.
Rhaera.
High Hierophant Arrakis has enemies in Windhome too. The Blackstone Rebels, which I lead together with my brother Malik. We are planning a coup, and we're hoping for the Crown's support.
Stone Rebels?
Wait, Blackstone Rebels? Did you borrow that name?
From the uprising against King Rorik 15 years ago. Aye. So you know about our history?
No, but one of the Circle Mages, Iskrim, someone close to him died during the rebellion.
Many good men and women died. We chose this name in their honor.
Okay. Dwarf and woman support Oscar.
So, not all the dwarves in Windhome support Arrakis.
Of course not. His ideology is a current that threatens to drag under everyone who doesn't fit the ideal. And even among those who do, there are many who oppose it, as they should. Since this talk of Granite's sons is by far the, pardon my language, Your Majesty, most damned idiotic thing I've heard in years.
And who are you?
And just how did you and your brother get to lead a rebellion?
We both have our reasons. Suffice it to say that Arrakis spits on everything we hold dear. And also, we're not leaders. We're the faces of hundreds who refuse to stand by and watch as this sodding lunatic steers our homeland into chaos.
Nice to meet you, a leader.
Very noble of you.
Makes you a leader at point.
And you are?
Wraith Skadar. He is assisting us in another matter.
I see. Well, Wraith Skadar, I don't claim to be a saint. If you don't trust me, fine. But I'm all you're getting.
If we doubted your intentions, you would not be here.
Good to hear.
So you want us to help you in your rebellion?
Interesting. So instead of engaging directly, you want to support these rebels. Is that it, Your Majesty?
Yes.
Oh, that is interesting, actually. That'd be quite fun. What do you need of the Wolf Guard? How do you know if we can trust them?
How do you know if we can trust them?
We do not. But once again, it is our best option. We've already pushed our luck by recapturing Dracot, and we cannot intervene directly without risking another war.
Nobody wants another war. Look, General, I understand your reservations. But trust me, if it were up to me, I'd be on a ship to Zoo by now. I'm doing this because I have to.
Okay.
And I have no intention of staying once this scumbag is back where he belongs. In chains, and in the darkest pit the Windhome dungeons have to offer.
Alright. What role do you see the Wolf Guard playing in this?
Well, that's simple. We need an experienced soldier to help us with
A
an
heist.
operation. A heist. Right now, we are many, but lack the coin to become a force to be reckoned with.
So you want us to
We
rob a
intend
bank or
to
something?
change that by borrowing some money and high-quality weapons from Windhome's treasuries.
Robbing.
If you help us see this through, we will use this money to build up an army strong enough to take care of Arrakis and reinstate the prince. Also, we will lend the Crown the Blackstone Rebels' forces to help you on that mission of yours. If you want us, that is.
Know about our mission? King Ryan did not have the best reputation. Is his son fit to do?
You know about our mission? About the God of Light?
I was briefed, yes.
Why would you risk your lives for that? Get a weapon now.
Why would you risk the lives of you and your men for that?
Dust and stones. You're looking for the fault in everything, aren't you? First of all, it's simply our end of the bargain. You help the rebellion, we help your mission. Secondly, if this God of Light is half as gruesome and dangerous as the rumors about that fight in the Hall of Justice say, only an idiot would sit in our hands while it tries to eat our world. Don't you think?
Wow, put me in the place, didn't she? Didn't have the best reputation. Is his son fit to lead?
Do you think King Rorik's son is fit to lead Windwall? To my knowledge, his father didn't enjoy the best reputation, did he?
Right.
That's the father, not the son.
Not to mention the fact that he murdered the original Blackstone rebels, whose name you borrowed.
That's true. But the prince is still a blank slate. It doesn't look like he takes after his father. And with the right guidance, we should be able to steer him in the right direction.
Okay. How do we get into Windfall?
How do you plan on getting us into Windholm?
Windholm. Windfall.
A side
Windholm.
entrance?
Way better. Look.
Letter of passage. For Sverak Yor?
One of EO's most renowned architects. Aye, whom we've taken hostage.
Hostage.
Arrakis hired him to help with the construction of his statue.
What statue?
You don't know? Arrakis has ordered the construction of a giant statue of Nihalf, made of pure moon silver. A monument to Windholm's greatness, apparently.
Huh. So that's the symbol that dwarf in the Windwall outskirts was talking about.
Bloody hell, what does it last? Wants an emperor architect to build a statue.
Arrakis wants an Empyrean architect to design the statue. Am I the only one who sees the irony in that?
No, he sees it too. Which is why the letter also contains strict orders not to question its bearer too much.
That's convenient.
She made of pure moon silver, that's madness.
A statue made of pure moon silver. That's madness.
Arrakis in a nutshell.
Kidnapped the architect.
You kidnapped the architect?
Aye, but don't worry. We simply took him somewhere where he won't mess up our plan. He's well cared for and will be released once the coup has been seen through.
Okay. Do you notice any cases of people disappearing in Windwall?
An unrelated question, but did you notice any cases of people disappearing in Windwall? Or its outskirts?
No. This is about the God of Light, right?
Yes.
I see. Well, no, nothing yet. Though now you mention it, there has been talk of strange dark elves patrolling the border.
About to hit.
That might be anything, though. Frankly, at this point, Windholm's biggest problem is Arrakis. And I hope it stays that way for now.
I'm not. What?
But I'm not Sverak Yor. How does this letter help us?
Says who? You spent years in Imperia, and you even have a slight accent.
Oh, thank you.
Windholm folk aren't particularly cosmopolitan, so they won't know the
Oh,
difference.
okay.
You take the letter, show it to the gate guards, and they'll let you pass. No questions asked. Then we meet up with my brother, discuss the plan, and see it through together.
Excellent. General, make all the necessary preparations. Even if the mission succeeds, it will take the rebels a while to set the coup in
Thank you.
motion. In other words, the sooner we get this done with, the better.
Understood.
Can I join your party? Oh, I was about to say before, I wanted to put her on this side. I guess I just go under here. Can I touch the queen now? Yeah. Oops, clicked off me.
What is it? General, is there anything I can help you with?
I wish to talk to Her Majesty.
I'm afraid that won't
No.
be possible. Her Majesty is occupied with other matters.
Fine.
So
At some
long.
point.
Tiara's light, General.
Okay, are we done? Can we leave? There's a question mark here for some reason. Who's the question mark? Who's the question mark? Don't see who the question mark is. Just like, who's the question mark? Oh, guess you want to talk now. In earlier? Oh, I need to level her too. So hopefully we get to a conversation with him quick, level her. The episode should be over in the next episode. We can actually start doing the stuff again. Ah, loads. More about yourself. Tell me more, tell me more.
What is it with all the questions, General Erev?
Yeah.
I don't mind, but I don't really...
You know who I'm working with? Because you interest me. Just curious.
I'm just curious.
Well, ask.
What was your profession back in La?
What was your profession back when you still lived in
La.
Lore?
Intelligence.
What?
Right. You wouldn't know.
Because you're dumb.
Dark elven children are taken from their birth parents at the age of 4 and are given a concoction that wipes most of their memory. Then they are sent into the communes. Giant buildings where they live until they come of age, with hundreds of other children who were born the same year. These are their brothers and sisters, whereas the Exalted Father and his Queen become their parents from the time they enter the commune until they come of age.
How becomes the actual father?
The Exalted Father becomes their actual father. That's mostly symbolic, isn't it?
Symbolic, but deeply imprinted into their brains.
Grew up in common now, did he?
Your son didn't grow up in a commune, though, did he?
No. We lived in a village near the border where laws weren't that strict. Also, being influential, as I was back then, allows different options when it comes to the upbringing of your child.
Figures.
He wiped their memory?
They wipe their memory? In other words, Dark Elves don't know their birth parents?
No. And reaching out to your child while it's still in the communes is a punishable
Wow.
crime. You'd also be wasting your time, because once your child has been given the concoction, you're no more than a stranger to him or her anyway.
To what end?
To what end, though?
To weed out the weak from the strong, and to determine which caste the child is most suitable for. Intelligence, strength, endurance, etc.
This is like a little thingy for the stats, so basically put into intelligence for him. So they are raised and educated in the communes.
So they're raised and educated in the communes?
By the overseers, yes. But they don't intervene too much, apart from training and teaching them. The idea is to let the pack, the children of each generation, develop their own hierarchy and dynamics.
Throw them into a pit and see who comes out on top.
Well said.
Parents agree to this.
And the parents agree to this?
Well, they don't bake cakes and throw confetti to mark the occasion, but yes, they agree. The communes are an inseparable part of Dark Elven culture, and, albeit at a cost, they work. The communes provide every child with the same chance. That's more than can be said about Finon Mir or Nortanda culture.
Strength, intelligence, and endurance. So, Dark Elven society is divided into castes?
Yes, the entirety of which constitutes the realm. Speech rules, strength fights, and wisdom preaches.
Intelligence do.
And what happens to the weak?
Depends. Most of them just end up in endurance, doing farmer's work.
Yeah, okay.
Others die.
Interesting.
Interesting. And you were assigned to the intelligence?
Correct.
Castes are though.
What castes are there?
6. Strength, intelligence, speech, wisdom, endurance, and
Within soul, that's literally everything that's in this game, isn't it? Oh my god. And there's the army.
Strength is the army?
Army, city guard, and so on. Pretty much every job that requires muscle and knowing how to kill. Most Black Company mercenaries used to be members of the Strength before they changed professions.
Figures.
Wisdom.
What do members of the Wisdom do?
Preach. They devote their life to both Nor and the Exalted Father, and spread his ideas.
Endurance.
Endurance?
Yes. The workers, farmers, and craftsmen. They do the simplest, but often the hardest and most important jobs. Not the truly demanding ones, though. Those are reserved for the slaves.
Wow. What's the purpose of the speech?
Politics, mostly. Or bureaucracy. Like Ambassador Jarrus here in Greykeep.
What does the soul embody?
The leadership. The Exalted Father is a member of the Soul, as are most nobles and people of influence. You're not really chosen for the Soul, though. You need to be born
so like royalty.
In other words, unless your parents are members of the Soul, chances are next to naught that you'll be raised...
Especially a royalty family.
I mean, there are exceptions, but they are rare.
Intelligence.
What's the purpose of the intelligence? To study magic?
To gather knowledge and explore magic.
You're like a spy.
Yes. Did you ever marvel at all the constructs, demons, and creatures that make the Exalted Father's army such an impressive force? It wouldn't exist without the intelligence. Certainly, spending most of your life in dank laboratories may not be as glamorous as fighting for glory on the battlefield, doing nifty politics and attending conclaves, or holding masses in front of hundreds of lost souls. But if it weren't for the intelligence, the Exalted Father's empire wouldn't be what it is today.
Okay.
Not at all.
I can imagine. And your mission was to study the nature of life and death?
And the nature of reality, yes. I have to say, if there is one
He
thing
needs to
I
hurry up,
missed
'cause I need to end this
time
episode.
before my exilement, it was the Dark Elves' appreciation
I gotta get a
for
roller
magic
up.
and knowledge.
And Mum's phoning.
Not even Kalea's
Come on.
universities can hold a candle to the sanctum of the intelligence in Karlabrock.
Okay, so I guess we will end here. I'll save here and we'll come back and talk to him next time. So I hope you enjoyed that. Like, subscribe, and go so. I've been IVATOPIA. You know some flash watch. Have a great one today and see you next time. We'll continue this conversation. Bye, everyone.